How's it, guys? Welcome to the Legacy Experience. But before we start, I'll just kindly ask you to please subscribe. Can you also like and to share the information? For those of you who are here for the first time, here we talk about football. We talk about the experiences of some of the veterans that have played the game. We talk to current players. And not just football, we also look at cricket, rugby, or any other sporting code that is currently making the waves in KZN and in South Africa. Right, so this afternoon, I'm with my dear friend, Kapatid.
Kapilapot.
How are you, my buddy? Good?
Yeah, grand, but
Good. I'm also with Mr. Mbanjwa.
Maba.
Good.
Good, man.
Right, so South African football right now, we can say it's on a rise. But before we get there, Mr. Mbanjwa, you focus mainly on development and youth. And I want to know from you how important it is for a country or a province, to have a style of play, to develop players and eventually take that type of style to a national level. For example, if you look at the Spanish squad that won the 2010 FIFA World Cup, they played the same way from under 13 all the way up to La Liga level. And eventually Spain, they managed to win, the World Cup. Given your experience, given your work that you've done with the youth and development, what do you have to say around that?
Sure. Very broad question, but again, guys, thank you for having me. It's very important. Looking at both on the schooling side and a club football perspective, the first and most important thing is to have a clear pathway for boys from the schooling side, from a clubbing perspective as well. You also then need to have a clear philosophy at national level. So when you are having your different teams in the school setup, in the club setup, it's quite clear what is needed at a national team level. In my research coming into the club space, I looked at your cricket, I looked at your rugby and how these guys go through their whole processes, from scouting kids from rural areas, they'll tell you when they see a kid in primary school, this guy's going to be our next prop. So in the football space, I really think we need to improve in terms of our systems of scouting. We need to be very clear as well on our philosophy in terms of our style of play across all national teams. From also a schooling side, you need to be very clear as to the type of people you have in your system, the type of people heading those programs. They also need to be aligned, with what the national teams are looking for. You spoke about previous success in terms of the Spanish national team. What I've seen in South Africa, we always look at the success story, but we really don't invest in the process of getting to that success. So I think once we can fix our processes as a country and have a very clear understanding of what we want to achieve at a national team level, then we'll get to where we need to be.
I think the challenge that we have in South Africa is that we've had a lot of coaches that have come in from outside.
Yeah.
We've had coaches that are coming from Germany, from England. So there's different ideologies when it comes to football, and we kind of like lose our identity as as South Africa. What can we do to change that narrative, to actually rely on our own talent, where we give our coaches, the opportunity to take these boys from a young age, develop their skills, and we play the same type of style of football?
I think it speaks to a lot of fronts on football. You need a lot of investments, to align in terms of what we want to achieve. We also need to back our local coaches as much as possible. One thing I've seen in this country and that the different teams I've been able to sit in with, we back a lot of the foreign guys who come in without knowledge of our South African heritage in terms of football. And historically, if you look back when we were at our most successful in terms of football, we were coached by a local coach who understood the players, who understood the culture, who understood their strengths and weaknesses. A lot of the European guys, when they come into the country, with all due respect, I think they get that wrong way. They want to instill their European beliefs, on our South African footballers, whereas if we back and support our local coaches more, I think we'll then be on par to getting the best out of our players because of that understanding from a cultural belief, from a technical perspective. So you look at coaches like Coach Rolani, you look at Coach Pitso Musemani, locally they weren't really rated at that level. But as soon as they left the country, you look at what they've done outside of South Africa. So, you need to have more conversations with those guys who've been at the highest level. Coach Beats at Club World Cup winning a bronze with Al Ahly. You have those people available, not working.
Sure.
So you need to tap into that knowledge, you know. Unfortunately for me, I've had the opportunity to have those conversations with the Coach Beats. So from the time I was at Sundowns, even when I was at Al Ahly, I'd sit down a lot and I'd pick his brain. People like Eric Tinkler,
Sure.
who've been there and won it for the country.
Yeah.
You have those people available, but I just don't think as a country we tap into those guys as much as we should.
Sure.
So ukhuluma ngalokho nje when you talk about the experience osoyitholile mhlawumbe umuntu uzoyibuza ukuthi lo celo mbanjwa esimazi from amaZulu now useHilton ijourney yakho yefootball iqaliphi uzofike la ukhona because I can see ukuthi information ikhona igcwele
Igcwele.
No, before ngize ngifike nje kwaMaZulu ngifike ku-Hilton College ngasifundisa. So as we know la South Africa ama coaching course they come at a cost. So uma unentshisekelo into uyithanda into engangiyenza mina njalo uma kudlala ama game ebhola ku TV mase kwenziwa ama interview ngizothatha ifoni ngirecord coach Pitso Musimane ngibalalele ukuthi bathini indlela yokukhuluma mangibuka ama game ngizama ukuanalyze ngibona indlela ama team adlala ngayo. So yaqala lapho uhambo lami uthi ibhola ngikhula nje ngidlala nginentshisekelo ukuthi engelinye ilanga ngiyafuna ukuba lapha kodwa ngingazi ukuthi ngizofika kanjani. Ngokuhamba kwesikhathi ngaba nenhlanhla ngaqala ngacoach esikoleni engangifunda kusona ngaqala ngenza ama coaching course ngenza oCAF ngenza Scottish coaching engenhlanhla noMusa uNkulunkulu. I then got umsebenzi eHilton College to be a coach but nakhona ngiqalanga coach first team ngaqala as a referee.
You have to start somewhere.
Basuka lapho bakunika a team for 2 weeks under 14 C no D babengakazi bewin isizini yonke. Ngangena lapho sawina ama game ethu aselu ngesizini base bakunika internship the following year. Then yaqala lapho ke indlela yami ngomngena ebholeni ngize ngifike la ngcina sengifike khona.
Talk to us about Hilton ezinye zezikole lezi abantu abake bayibuke bathi ngiyafisa ukuthi umntwana ama bekhona because there are so many options. It's not only football. Mhlambe kubaleka kangakanani ukuba nezikole efana eHilton eKZN?
Kubaleke kakhulu ngingasho futhi kuba ngisebenza khona kodwa ngizokunika nje experience yami ngisakhona unyaka wami wesi9 lo ngise-Hilton College. Iy'kole njengo-Hilton zibaluleke kakhulu ngoba zikwazi ukunika amathuba kwingane not just ezikwazi uku-afford school fees bakwazi ukusiza nemindeni edinga uxhaso financially ukuthi ingane zabo zibe khona eHilton. Lokho futhi kuvala igap between ingane zethu ezisuka emalokishini nezingane ezikwama private school because suke seyixubiwe lapha seziyinto eyodwa and amathuba asuke khona kulezi izikole makhulu kakhulu from ibhola cricket rugby and the expertise of coach abasuke bekhona ne system nje yakhona eyodwa educationally na ku sports inkulu kakhulu so izikole njalo zibaluleke kakhulu.
Bafo, I'm glad in fact that you're opening up so much with all the information that you've acquired over the years. He wants to know what do you have to study, you know, to become as knowledgeable as you are. You know, what are some of the pathways that you went through in order for you to acquire the kind of knowledge that you acquired to get into development, to get into youth leadership. Like, what did you have to do? What did you study? You know, what did you do?
So. Ukufunda kubalekile mfethu noma ngisaku setup yamaZulu ngihlezi ngibatshela abafana ukuthi isikole kumele sihambisane nebhola. So I did a sports management fitness and recreation diploma. From there ngenza my KFC coaching license, ngenza my Scottish C coaching license. Eyayithinta kakhulu no football psychology, human skills and development. So ngafunda izinto eziningi ngesikhathi esonto ngoba i-approach yami mina ngene ebholeni kwangakona just to coach. Ngafunda noku-understand a boardroom. Like thatha khona inqumo ezaffected labantu abasegroundini. So my approach was two-phased. Understand ebholeni groundini ukuthi kwenzakalani from a coaching perspective and a technical perspective, but also understanding the business side of ibhola. Kuze nami ngelinye ilanga mase ngihlele ema-boardroom le nqumo ethathwa la ngithatha isinqumo esohambisana nentenzakala lapha egroundini. So kwaba uhambo lami nje laba lapho in terms of the academic side of things.
How do you join amaZulu? Because ngesikhathi u-introduce kumaZulu abantu they were shocked ukuthi ubani manje lo? Because from nowhere akaze simbone na ku TDC sasimbone nje na ku Motsepe Foundation. Ifika kanjani lento yakho ukuthi uzungena kumaZulu uthole le position wayithola?
So the backstory kancane ngize ngifika kwaMaZulu. So ngifike eHilton College. Ibhola was deemed as a social sport. So babeyidlalela nje abafana mhlawumbe ama fixture ebe for 4 weeks sekuphelile. So mangifike eHilton mina ngafika ngaba ne structure. I said kumele silikhulise iprogram yebhola because it's the biggest sport in the world. So the time siyikhulise iprogram sifaka istructure, ama-team under, ama-fixture under, ibhola lesilihleleka, kwane-philosophy, style of play, nabafana manje bayithanda lento yakhulu. So ekukhuleni kwayo mina ngingaboni ngingazi, kanti ubaba uZungu uyangibuka from a distance ngoba ngangingamazi ngisho ukumazi. So elokhu ebuka iprogram improve, ikhula, sesiyaqala eHilton sesiwina ama-trophy, sidlala ama-tournament amakhulu, siyacompete, siba ko-top 4, ekwaba nentshisekelo. Then one day nje kuyigame yokugcina yesizini ingi-approach le ndoda lengayazi, Mbanjwa, ngiyajabula ukukwazi ebengikubuka from a distance, nayi inamba yami asike sixoxe nje mase kuphelile isizini. Ayiphele isizini engibiza sihlale phansi ethi ndoda kule minyaka elandelayo ngifuna ukuthenga i-team yebhola. And based on umsebenzi owenzile eHilton engangifunda kuyona ngiyazi kunzima kanjani. Ngifuna ukuthi one day makuthi sisaxoxa uzosebenza nami kwaMaZulu. So makuthi khona okuzwayo nama team edayiswa because bese ngine network nami ethe ukuqina ebholeni, ngigruma coach Pitso, coach Eric Tinkler, kuno Andreas Christodoulou in terms of the administration piece ebhola ku Cape Town City. Network yami sithe ukuqina. So mangizwe izinto ngimtshela ukuthi nayi team ngizothi iyadayiswa nakho ukuthi fast forward wathola amaZulu. Kwathi ke sewathengile ngathola ucingo ndoda. Lento yenze lapho esikoleni ngifuna uzoyenza la because it's a foundation of education and football and also a strong culture in terms of respect, mobheka ama core morals of Hilton College. So I wanted us to emulate lokho ngase ngafika kanjalo ngamaZulu.
Uveze something abantu abaningi abangayazi. You spoke about ukuthi you were the one owumtshela ukuthi mapha ama-team adayisayo ezathola amaZulu. Mhlambe awusithatha usibeke lawo ama-conversation because uke wakuveza lokho ama-interviews amaningi ukuthi you wanted to buy Orlando Pirates.
Yes.
Was there any other teams Mr. Zunga enanikhuluma ukuthi nayi ilahlile singayithatha?
No, le Pirates is a true story. Just a back story. Baba Zungu sengimaze for 9 years. So we go way back. We've done a lot of projects at Hilton College. Wasakhele ground elihle kakhulu lapha where got ama-naming rights. So indoda ebivele ilithanda ibhola. Sesupporta nayo nje ama-team amaningi sihambe sibuka yona ilithanda-ke ibhakaniya. One day location uthi man ngiyalifuna ibhakaniya ngithi ndoda ngeke. And then he approached the Pirates. I don't think abantu abaningi basazi izo story. Bamtshela okhoza bathi ndoda yomele ukhipha amabhillion bawufuna le team. So in the process le amaZulu did not come from me. Mina it was conversations mangizwa ngabantu mhlambe within ama-team ahlukile like nayi ma-respect ethi uyadayisa ngimbhojozela ethi ndoda asike sizwe la and then I'll get the relevant people ekhulume yena nami. And then le amaZulu came through somebody else but in that process Baba Zungu was very open-minded. He'd consult ezinye izinto manje ucabangani ukuthi nami ngibeka umbono wami ebuze nje abantu sibebaningana. I think even mawukhumbula kahle announce ethenga iclub esesho speech sakhe wasibiza nge-kitchen cabinet yakhe as abantu ayibonisana nabo kwizinto which was a very good experience nakimina ukuthi ngibe part of ama-conversation amakhulu kangako. So wathi sewathenga amaZulu sajabula kakhulu sila eHilton Hotel announce engangiqala ngisho ukubona abantu abaningi kanje
Esasicwele lapha.
Ugcwele kuthe phama
Abanye bekhala.
abanye bekhala kunzima. So that's how he got amaZulu.
Talk to us about ilento isikhathi sakho kumaZulu ke.
Yeah.
Ungena ezubani and
Yeah.
leso sikhathi sakho because siseme sesithola ukuthi awusuyashiya esathu.
Yeah.
Isikhathi sonke nje uhlale kumaZulu nezinto mhlawumbe enikwazile ukuyi-achieve as i-backroom staff.
Yeah, so kwaMaZulu ngifike as an assistant youth technical director iprogram yentsha. So iprogram yentsha kade iphethwe uRonnie Moroka.
Yes.
So mina ngifike ngazobisekela lakhe ngifike kwaMaZulu sasebenzisana kahle kakhulu futhi naye. Akuzange kube khona lento yasebholeni le ukuthi ihlekisana ihlomile. Cha sasebenza kahle kakhulu no Ronnie Moroka. Kwathi hamba uRonnie Moroka yaseClub Bank Promote. So ngaphatha ke structure se-youth yonke. Nokuba nobudlelwano obuhle ukuthi ubaba Zungu neboard yamaZulu. I didn't get involved in ezinye izinto at first team level as well. So in my 3 years khona kuningi kakhulu engakufica besidinga ukuthi sik-improve as a club nani. So in about 4 or 5 months ngifikile i-development structure sayivala completely because ibingahambisani with the vision entsha yeboard yamaZulu sifike noBaba uZungu. So we needed to start afresh in terms of philosophy. I met a lot of coaches there that we had a lot of interactions nabo ngabafica khona sazama ukubambisana nabo kwahamba. Then we decided ukuthi no man asiqale maphansi yonke i-system. So in my 3 years there, we then got in new coaches. I had Renele Litsoloniane from Kaizer Chiefs. I had Andy Lecelo Skuta from Orlando Pirates. Abantu abaningi bathi ngiyahlana ngiletha umbulelo mabizela. KwaSwahili umuntu uya risk uba. But the vision was very clear for us in terms of a staffing perspective. Have abantu who've played professionally, abanalo experience, but also give an opportunity to abantu abangakazi bebe kuleyo level lebholeni, but who are qualified and who fit into a vision yethu esinayo. Because I don't think ikhona iclub eSouth Africa ebene staff ebengenaso mina kwamaZulu development where there's a combination of young experience, abantu besilisa nabesifazane in head coaching roles as well. So it aligned kahle for 3 years. We've produced 12 professional players kwamaZulu, 9 of which have made my debut. Team is number 4 currently. Spine size development, which was a very big vision about Zungu and the mandate enganginika yona Zembanjwa. Ngobuza la, this is what we want from you and your team to produce abadlali from KZN, not just lights again, but also go out, you know, expand in Mazulu. We got abafana from Mondwedwe, we got abafana from le Uspa, Uzikali, le Mtubatuba, you know, so in that it's expand from General Mnyama, from Kamashu, Yonkindao, and to see labafana manje bedlala with PSL. Benza kahle futhi kwamaZulu into engijabulisa kakhulu in my time there, and also ukushintsha the status quo of KZN football. You know, abafana bala iKZN, not just kwamaZulu, different teams around bengalithola ithuba kwama national team, but kwamaZulu safike sawuvula thina lo mngcele loyo. And I think in my time in 3 years we have over 15 players ababizwa kwama junior national team, and they make abanye the final squads. Uyacabanga namhlanje ulele ekhaya kaMashu kusasa uvuka useColombia. You know, so I've had those experiences where abafana live their dreams, you know, and most of them manje bakwi PSL and they've played. You know, so it's not just about promoting, but they must have an impact.
Okay.
Laphinde nalahlakalo la ngelihlaphile nimlahla kanjani ngelihlaphile?
So leso story sihlezi sivela, ngiyajabula futhi ukuthi angibuza ngaso. So eyaphili ngafika mina singasemaphethelweni. But kwisikhathi sami ngikhona uphile amaZulu am-offerisha i-contract sidlala i-engine.
Yes.
Offeration kwakhe i-contract i-structure samaZulu how it was run before kwakukhona general manager e-club, then the youth staff. So the youth staff was never involved in the contractual obligations of my players, but you'd have an idea what okay good like contract yaphela for it to contract yaphela and you notify. So the people who dealt with contracts were aware because I also had the conversation that Major, your contract is coming to an end. The club is going to offer you a contract. The office is busy, so do not panic. Babu Ronnie Moroka had a good relationship with Abazal back. Mfano wabafonela ngikhona. Wabajela no club mfano contract sirete makuphelile engine. Bazonibeza office and you come sit down and you discuss into contracts. So then that never happened. Yathi pheli engine coach Pablo Franco at the time washo naye what I want this boy to come. Masuba Morocco sefona to abazali, then we never got any feedback. Sasesithola to Celeste Stellenbosch. Ngase ngaqala nami ngazama ukungenelela ngamfonela umzali ngathi baba kunezinto esengizwile that I was not aware of ngoba bengisanda ukufika, but kwaZulu izinto kuyahlala phansi ukukhuluma kuboniswana. So singalahlekelwa ikusasa lomfana umise kwenye indawo amaZulu eveza ukuthi they still want the boy. Washo ukuthi sekunenkulumo kazibe khona because I then even had to call Lance Davids, who was the agent at the time, and wanginika feedback what no I reached out to your superiors abathize and I did not get the confirmation you are giving me, so it's a bit too late. Wahamba kanjalo phela, but to be brutally honest, the club did offer a contract. The parents were aware, the agent unfortunately from his side layo lathi kuyena the club waited for too long.
Yeah.
Mfana wasewaya kanjalo ku-Stellenbosch. But we still talk noPhil. Besikhuluma nje namhlanje.
Oh, wow.
Mfana wami.
But you spoke about, Babu Zungu brought in, some really serious personnel, the likes of Abo Yeye,
Yeah.
to come in and help with the youth structures. In South African football, PSL, Bafana level,
Yeah.
the problem is goal scoring. And I think that goes down to psychology, what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that our boys on the field, there needs to be some kind of thought process
Yeah.
that has to transpire in order for you to create a goal scoring chance
Yeah.
and for you to bury an opportunity. And I think that's where we still struggle now, especially even with our players, not players that are playing outside, that are currently in the South African squad. Goal scoring is a serious problem. And
Yeah.
how much of that actually boils down to psychology?
If you understand, Masuse boxing, it's a pressure cooker.
Sure.
So how we've then worked it, ngizobuyela kuSuthu. If you look at the structure set Amazulu, say development, the John Mabizela, defense specialist, the Renelo Litsolonyana and Dilecele, midfield specialist, I had Belen Oved, KwaMazulu, striking specialist, So when we were putting together a structure Amazulu, it was exactly to address your question and your points. Psychologically, in terms of finishing in South Africa, we lack. But also, if you look at international trends, there's specialists in certain positions. And I don't think as South Africa, we are at that level where clubs are investing in specialists. But also the specialists need to be qualified to understand the game from a coaching perspective, not just a playing perspective. What I liked at the clubs like Benny McCarthy, after every training session, Ben would stay with the offensive players and beg mal pants and they'd compete to score under pressure, which is similar to game situations. You say, if you hit top corner there, 100 rand. If you hit it kanji, and then we started building little competitiveness, but also putting that match pressure, which so it's similar to a game. Okora last 3 points. Yeah.
And funny enough, we saw the difference. I mean, Amazulu finished second.
Yeah.
In that season. I think Benny did an amazing job. And, credit to you guys. I mean, you guys did the hard work. I mean, you took the boys from young and you imparted all the knowledge and all the skill that you guys acquired over the years.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise as to why, Amazulu performed that well that season.
Yeah. It's also about consistency.
Yeah.
Where I struggled a bit in my time is development as it's development, so it's a process. But there's a lot of external people who then want to get involved. How football works in this country. Into bayibukisa lapha iyimbi bengayifuni bonke. Befike kombanje with this team oAndilecele, oNqoba Mdladla, oBryce Peterson, oRenelo Litsolonyana, and we start building this thing. Then this thing is ithatha shape ke manje siyaqala iyaqhakaza ibayini. Befike ontaba kayikhonjwa ke manje. Seba influencer, sebekhuluma ezinye izinto, masiyaphuma ke emgceleni. But the work development in its own. Iyasho siyadevelopa siyakhanda siyakhulisa, it's a process. So i-process ayihlezi ikhuphuka. The process will go up, it will go down, izoqonda iphinde peak. So there were moments where the process was dipping. Ama-experts amaningi. Mase futhi uyazibuza ngoba niyompetha niqashiwe ngani bona lozokusaletha. So yeah, there's a very interesting phase kwaMazulu. I mean, and touching on uBaba Zungu, Elando there risk ngathi. He gave us an opportunity that no one was going to give us. But I think nathi asimphoxanga, we really did our best, naba abadlali manje namhlanje unabo abaphuma la kwinkulisa yenje, something that has never happened in the history of the club. 12 players from the development abadlalayo.
I guess also, Buffett, it's a lesson in life. I mean, you're manning your own business, you're coaching at Hilton, you're doing your thing, and little did you know what table now you're watching your progress, over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows you even if you're in Ghana, you're doing your thing, an opportunity might just come.
Yeah.
But you just have to keep on doing your best.
Yeah.
And you just don't know when that opportunity is going to come. And for you, it came. And you had your stint at KwaMazulu.
Yeah.
Given everything that you guys did, the current state of KZN football, are we in a good place?
In terms of talent, we are. But in terms of what to do with this talent, we're in trouble.
Hey.
Because if we move across some team as a case, and Amazulu is the only professional team and a structure from under 13 right through to your first team. So you're looking at plus minus 110, 120 kids in the development system. The 120 won't get with Amazulu. You know, but how are we going to then develop Labafana with baby at first team level, at a national team level, if Amazulu pay analyst structure is? So now when you go out, team KZN, Amazulu only get the best players. So your competition is banjan. So that then now delays the development of Labafana in terms of the resistance psychologically, because we can out to win 12-0, 15-0. What does that do? You know, it kills the hunger, it kills that drive. What I want to be at the next level, you know. So talent-wise, we are on par. Abafana basi KZN. You look at Kwamatima Makulu as well. Abafana Bala. Where I was struggling like KZN is, why can't we have our own rallies, you know, at KZN level, you know? Why is it all the time Mfana must vote to that level? Many poor KZN, you know. So it's a broad conversation that we need to have. But from grassroots and talent-wise, I see KZN. In Tonazala, technically, skill-wise, mentally, good. I'll give you an interesting story. So in my time in Amazulu, I get a phone call. And I go need defenders for no you know, because I had a good relationship with my team around. Because I think fear Amazulu, I won't get my team. KZN Academy, Mayville Classic, I won't get my team and Mazi. Kaba valele podrum, kalailane yamadoda. Yipi team la in development. Go to Amazon. Because won't umfana oshisayo. Bele qalela. I don't want to hear this thing with Abafana, but you say go Sundowns, but you say go Highlanders, but all Gababis, Savomelano had an agreement. So one day I got a phone call. Guess who that player was? Mbogazi. I bring Mbogazi. Wachimano Nocel, Andy Lectel Scooter. Very good with kids. The cognitive stimulation you get, Kwamazulu, that was one of our core pillars in youth development. It's not just the technical ability, but the cognitive stimulation for players to understand space and time and play and execute good actions under pressure. You know, that was a core focus for us. Was we bambo no muntu why shy pass right or what dribble or finish. Then now we are closing this gap of finishing and the issues we have. I see Mbogazi train twice and it's a double. So we grounding, get Bambalum I go to the office, shy contract.
Same time.
Same time. Contracting based on the template. Lomontos Mbogazi has given us players before, and they've signed at Amazon. So now we have a good relationship. No contracts. I'm signing this boy. But in band, I'm facing so shilo. So I contract a car. I'm finding some boy access. So land the impact. Then we're going to place in the club. Mind you, we've had transactions before. It's a better. It's a bafana bakon. I'm having if it's Bambili.
Defend.
Top quality.
Top. Hey, Gaksasa. When daughter. Mbogazi. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's the contracts. Yeah, sure, it's the Pirates.
Oh ma.
Yeah, say now Amazulu am tata lo fan. Pirates tumela about the same time tata. That's how we lost to Mbogazi. I still have a copy of his contracts on my phone. Then don't tell yeah or no social media cloning Amazulu. But that's the mentality it's a seal against Tony KZN. If you have a player of that caliber, why is he not good enough to stay and play KZN and help my teammates to be able to close the gap with my teammates to Makulu, to score as a winner, to produce, so win a trophy not like KZN. So it's that mentality we need to work on, like as a squad of Bamsana and Penis. God must have told it that man tight and Balagis is
ukhuluma ngendaba yokuthi i-development la KZN i-right kakhulu ngale ndlela ukuthi kufanele abe compete.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Mazulu.
Yeah.
Amadelu waluzile Mbogazi, but khona i-delay yodwa owayewina. Eka atazwana. Awusithatha sibeke uthuzwana. Uyiwina kanjani umsuse ku Chiefs?
Akusikumele phela bengikhokhele nami ngade basengiqede. So lento ebhola yabo makuthiwa isekele ebhola incane basebeqinisile. So mina ngiqala ukucoacha interested to understand the ball at the high level. So I need tournament edlala egoli. Let's open Benfica, edlala eNike Center. So ngangisondelene kakhulu noDylan Shepherd nensizwe ethi uPhuphumo Hlaba
Yes, yes.
becoach iBidvest Wits.
Yes.
So iVets ay part of leyo tournament khona no-Chiefs, Pirates at the time. So I fly to Joburg in 2018. Ngizobuka le tournament le. Amajita angibizile embanje sondela, will give you ama notes yabo. Okay, I watch. Ithi kuphela uday 2. Sengiphuma ngithi ngiyahamba engiyibuka le ndoda ehla ngetepisi. Mangithi uAtazwane lo mfethu. Ngimazi lo muntu lo. Engiqonge mfethu ngeke yena. Ebhodi sawubona. Mfethu awuthama right, right igama lami ngimchazela isitory sami. Time mfethu thatha inamba yami. Akangazi lo muntu. Gives me his number ngimnike. So we start communicating, yabo. One day ngimeme ethi awuze village for a week. Come see us coach disc. Come see what we do, you know. So I saw what he did with the young guys, and then the relationship just grew from there. So then AmaZulu make coaching changes. Yabo as Penom eBholeni. Engiyasibuka isimo la ngithi hayi man. Kwabeni masixoxa uhleze ethi ngifuna umuntu youth and experience, youth. Nangu mangetha mfethu.
Ulahlile.
Hayi buhleli umuntu akasekho ko first team coach.
Lapho yes.
Angilidlala idayisi eGwabeni. eGwabeni nangu coach wamaZulu. Nangu umuntu ozokunika into efuna. Hayi banjwa ngithi indoda. Ngicela umthembe. Engage le ndoda le. Luckily for me eGwabeni sasizwana kakhulu naye. Engaged naye. Then we got Atazwane. Ngitshela ama negotiations with eGwabeni because wayese Australia at the time. Cabanga ukuthi sakhuluma naye mina ekseni past 10:11. Bakhuluma noma ngethe from about 12:1. Bavumelana the next day umangetho esekwamaZulu sasejimini as coach. So lawo my relationships, you know, until today sisazwana kakhulu nomangethe, and to see the work is done kwamaZulu ngiyajabula. I mean to be one of the people who are saying ndoda awuzo le ndoda le ezosinika ikusasa, and I think sonke sayibonela with the type of squad he has to what he's achieved. Efike mind you mangethe ufike so number ngcino kuSuthu last season saba number 6 manje sisi number 4, which is an improvement no season ingakapheli, but you can see the type of coach he is, you know. So aba nenhlanhla ukuthola abafowethu nami endleleni. So that's how Ata came.
But for your observation on the PSL season this time around for 25-26, more especially KZN teams, you know, the performances. We look at Nedbank Cup, we had a KZN team in the final as well. What do you think? Do you think maybe perhaps, you know, there's still more that needs to be done with regards to development in KZN? Look, I mean, we spoke about the fact that we need finance. Finance plays a big part in development. And I just don't know what can be done in order for finances to be spent, you know, on KZN clubs in order for us to also compete for the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns, Chiefs, and Orlando Pirates.
You also need to understand from a corporate perspective, it has to be value for money.
Sure.
If you look at the trend there, KZN, we'll have a good season. Durban City is in the final. You can see all Golden Arrows, the brand of football they're playing. You see all AmaZulu. But look at historically what happens. You'll have a peak where even AmaZulu will have an MTN 8 final. After that peak, what happens to Abadlal AmaZulu, Labo, who are top ranked? They all get sold. Similar things will happen. The top performers, Durban Cities over Taisa. Golden Arrows will sell all their top performers. The top teams in Johannesburg. And then you say you want us to compete, it's very low game. So when corporate looks at the historical trends of what happens in KZN, is it value for money? What things will 50 million in a project sustainable, where your club model is to develop, perform, resell, you know. But you must also look at it about twofold. Clubs need the money. So maybe it's me bigger an offer that makes sense business-wise, the clubs are going to sell. But if the clubs had better financial support from corporates, then now you can hold on to your top players. Then you're closing the gap now to compete. You know, so that's my perspective and my view from what I've seen over the years is that good thing that's feeling where we are really now there and we're competing and we're pushing the bigger teams. Then we sell. And then you sell.
Would you say isona isizathu esenza ukuthi amathima la KZN aletha abantu abanjengoShaka Zulu Pedro ukuthi bazosiza?
I think ama-team have their own philosophy and strategic vision, you know. I think with Amazulu, ukulethwa Pedro, they saw iClub esibizinga elithize, and I think the thinking behind that was ukuthi letha umuntu ozosithatha esibeke kwisigaba esilandelayo. I think ukuhamba kwakhe kuyaphendula ukuthi kwenzeka lokho noma kwenzekanga. It's not for me to say, you know. But I think the thinking and the vision is good to try and grow the brand, but we need to interrogate more. Maybe that position, bring someone local who has the expertise and the experience, who's had a track record in South Africa to do it. Put me in Mr. Zungu's shoes. I was gonna go local. Even if we late on a permanent basis, we have the OP to available. Even as a consultant to come spend a week, understand and see what's happening and give you sound advice based on being a coach and also understanding it from a boardroom perspective, because it was very hands-on, go Sundowns, from transfers, putting structures in place. So if you have those people locally and available, may not tap into those people more than the international guys. But I had a good relationship with the internationals as a Spain.
Okay.
Or Pablo.
Yeah.
So I have nothing against the international guys. Good nje I saphambana kakhulu.
Duma ndokusitshela nje ukuthi i-relationship nisebenza nayo ube umuntu onjani, because siyazi ukuthi umuntu umefika endaweni engayazi indawo kuba nalokho kusaba ukuthi mefika umuntu omusha uzofuza usikhudla nje usho wona ukuthi wathi mofika wafika kuMaZulu nashintsha izinto eziningi. Ufika kwaPedro kuMaZulu yini ekuyenzile kuwena as i-position yakho nokuthi mhlambe to get deep on that i-relationship le i-position obukuyona bikuxhumanisa nama-agents. Kunalento ukuthi ama-agents they tend to control abantu ama-technical directors.
Yeah.
Just to kubheka lokho.
I think mfethu mina you can call any agent South Africa bazokutshela ayicela ngeke. Landoda ila. Because my job is not to benefit the interest of the agent. It's to benefit the interest of the club and the board and the club owner. Ubaba Zungu. So you need to have that relation with the agent to benefit the club, not the other way around. So agent, they have good players that you want. So you need to have that level of relationship now to get Lo Mdlali into the system. Where agents struggle a lot with me is if the player, I don't think the player is good enough for the project Amazon, we will not sign that player. I don't care who the agent is. My job is Amazon Football Club, not to service Nkululeko. You know, Nkululeko must give us a service which is the player that will benefit Amazon. To your question, I never had a relationship with Pedro Mfethu. To be honest, I was very excited to Masjela. Got to know we have a director of football from Portugal, and they gave us a bit of background. Obviously, you do your own research. The information I got and what I found, so I then had my reservations. So in his first month, we clashed a lot. Because he must oversee program Yonke, obviously. So I then present, this is how we run youth. These are the coaches, this is the philosophy, this is the methodology, style of play, blah, 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 blah. And obviously, coming from me background, you got Pesha, he has his own ideas. So I'm saying, ngekufika entweni efunctionayo and want to bulldoze ushintshe yonke into yabo. If there's change, do it gradually and within reason, because for example if ngithi mina sinabadlali about 10 wonke ama age group uthi na normally sibe about 25, then now we must take a step back, must add 15 kulo 10. Budgets get inflated from Malukibela, uniform, when we travel outside the province. So in terms of the budgets, have we now gotten approval from finance? Because it's escalators in using. So that's where we were having Laoma back and forth. But in terms of relationship, we never had a relationship with Pedro Mfethu. I was very clear on that, with all due respect. There are certain things I won't say, but
I guess it goes back to what we were talking about earlier on about us as South Africans to maintain our identity. And you know, this is a perfect example of an international coming into a local club and trying to impart his own philosophies. And it ends up being clashes within the organization.
It's interesting. Before Pedro, we had Pablo Franco Martin from Spain, or Aito from Spain. Very good relationship across the youth structures. Those guys will spend the whole dynamic round in. watching development, you know. Don't forget, Pablo worked with Real Madrid, first team.
Yeah.
So uza lowo muntu, and when you share ideas and stuff people don't know. Yazi, when Pablo was still at Amazon, when we're going into match day, the last training day today, and we are playing a game on Saturday, or the training day is on Friday, captain's run, Pablo would call us as development staff, the heads and a few coaches, and we'll sit in the club boardroom and he'll say, hey, Nkululeko, give me your starting 11. Who would you play going
From
into
the
this
center,
game? From
senior
first team,
team.
yes. First team, give me your starting 11 and explain to me why you'd play this starting
chose the
11
11, yeah.
based on the opponents and what you think we want to achieve. So we had that relationship. It wasn't, I'm the coach, Nina Nobani kind of thing.
It wasn't
you
a
know.
bully, it was an
No,
open
no,
discussion.
no. You know, when you come watch the team in pre-season, they camped at Hilton. So the way the relationship was so strong, development coaches would drive from Durban to come and support the coach at pre-season
Sure.
at Hilton. And when we leave, the team will be at the hotel, and they say, no, all of you come to the hotel, come have lunch with us, and we discuss football. You guys will go like sekubanja, Sawoti. Hey, Pablo, what do you think? And now it imparts his knowledge. You know, at Real Madrid, this and that. I can say, this is what you guys are doing. What do you think of X, Y, and Z? You know, so it wasn't just my way or the highway. There was always collaboration. Even though sometimes it'd be like, hey, my daughter, I led an issue, I don't agree. But it was always from a place of respect and also understanding what he wants to achieve, you know. Kule enye insizwa hayi ngeke. Hayi bekunzima. But he's a nice guy, Shemu Pedro. Yeah, and as a human being.
It's just a bully.
It's just that, football. At the football side, that's where we clash. But as a human being, he's a nice guy. But at the football side, for me, it's our bread and butter, that thing. Kwakuba nzima.
Angibuka i-TV la ngibona i-Kaizer Chiefs lapha eHilton.
Yes.
Talk to me. Singagcina sikubona lapha ePhefeni noma talk to us about the relationship yakho ne-Chiefs no-Jesse.
No, it's a relationship that stems from years ago. From my previous point of meeting Arthur. Back of that, the next day I was a natural. I had a meeting with Jessica Mtawong. And the minute we started speaking football, youth football, first team, Jessica there and there in our meeting said, I know the perfect guy that I need to introduce you to. Guess who did she call? Fonel Atazwan. When Atta walked into the boardroom, he said, Fethu, hey, it's just, we met with 2 years old. Hey, this guy is top. And then we sat there 3-4 hours, just discussing football. So then the relationship with myself, with Jessica Mtawong grew from there, you know, running a program at Hilton as well before Amazulu. I'd update on the projects and now the plans I have to grow Ebola and to position its kahle Hilton, because Hilton is known for rugby and cricket. So you are building this baby to come up, and you're building it, you don't want it to compete and overpower, but you want to learn from these bigger sports. And how do you get on par with them? Not to compete to participate, but to work hand in hand now, you know. And Jessica played a big part in advising me on certain things. In the tournaments we now host, branding perspective, put this there, this is how you market into to attract corporate, you know. She played a big part. So we've tried for 6 years to bring Chiefs to Hilton. The magnitude of that brand, Chiefs does not just go anywhere, you know, even from a youth perspective. I don't think Chiefs plays outside of Joburg for a long time now. And those relationships, the way they are so solid now, we proposed to host the Chiefs, it was on a Monday, to host them the following week. I sent a proposal, we'd like to host your pre-season camp at Hilton. Back and forth. Wednesday we cancelled because there are a lot of issues pertaining to getting them there. At night I sent a WhatsApp to Jessica, very frustrated. Hey, sis Jess, this and this has happened now, we've called this thing off. The next morning she calls me, what is the issue? I tell her, long story short, I'll sort it out, we are definitely coming there next week. Chiefs comes to Hilton. Again, we give opportunities to local teams. I brought up British Academy. I brought Maritzburg City from Maritzburg to play against Chiefs. You know, it's not just about Hilton or me, but give other kids an experience as well, you know. And yeah, the relationship has been strong from there. We were on Kaizer Chiefs TV for a month. We've discussed opportunities here and there. Definitely collaborating more with Chiefs from a Hilton side. And on a personal front as well, they hosted me for the Soweto Derby.
That's incredible.
Had a long conversation afterwards with Jessica,
Wow.
just asking the repercussions of a team losing is part of football, but what does it do in terms of brand, and also the pressure that came with losing that game.
Yeah.
So very intriguing, and the work that goes behind the
Behind the
scenes,
scenes,
it's
yeah.
incredible. And if Chiefs come knocking, I'm a free agent. So
You're putting it out there, Buff.
I'm afraid so. Let's talk. But the conversations we've had have been very good.
Let's look at high school football. I mean, we all know right now, in fact, across South Africa, rugby is the it sport.
Yeah.
How do we now get South African football at the high school level to be par with cricket and rugby? I mean, we look at all the big schools. I mean, Hilton is a big school, DHS, Northwood, just to name a few here in Durban.
Yeah.
The money is all behind rugby for it.
Yeah.
And when I hear you are tasked with a big job of growing this baby at Hilton to ensure that football is par with rugby and cricket, or even supersede rugby and cricket, which I don't think is a bad thing. I don't know, man. What channels do you think maybe we can look into that?
It needs to start from the top. I say this all the time when parents approach me and we speak about football at Hilton. I say, the school is fully behind football. The same support you see at rugby and cricket is the same support I get for football at Hilton. That's the Hilton side. But where we fall short, it needs to start from a SAFA perspective. Where's the SAFA football schools tournaments?
Yeah.
You see, cricket SA does it. Rugby does Craven Week.
Even SA schools now.
Where's football?
Yeah.
It's not there. Where are the structures from schoolboy level? So it needs to come from a national level, because when I have the conversations at the Hilton Post, there's a lot of collaborations that happen. I sit with the rugby directors, the cricket directors, and we'll have the conversation. And it always goes down to that piece. Where is the South African soccer schools program? So you have this kid from grade 8 to matric.
Yeah.
Where's the pathway now for this kid at Hilton to have the same opportunities as a kid that's a Soweto that's playing for Kaizer Chiefs?
Sure.
That's not in boarding school. And we don't have that. And all these big schools have different criteria when you give awards, like merits, half colors, full colors, honors.
Yeah.
The honors criteria for most of the big schools is representing the
Your
junior
country.
national team.
Yeah.
At schoolboy level, soccer does not have that.
Sure.
So we need to fix the structures from COSAFA to filter down into school sports. Then we'll start seeing, because it's not by coincidence that the Springboks win back-to-back World Cups.
Exactly.
It's not by coincidence, or Vuma won
Exactly. The
Test Championship. It's because the structures are there. So even when they fail, they can sit down and really look at the whole model to fix it from the ground up. Where football, where is that now? So for me, in trying to close that gap, we've signed a technical partnership with an academy in Cape Town called Rising Stars.
Oh, wonderful.
So Rising Stars has signed deals with Girona in Spain,
wow.
Valencia, Cadiz, Osasuna. And currently now we have a boy from Hilton who's on trial in Spain with Cadiz second division team. Because if you want this thing to grow and to work, provide pathways for kids. That's where it's at in terms of football. And the opportunity for me is an exclusive deal for Hilton, but we're working on different ways now to help other kids from other schools, other communities, to say, here's a pathway now to get you seen at least by all these top teams abroad, because you can't just focus locally. There's not enough teams for all this talent that we have in the country.
Sure, that's powerful, man.
Yeah, mhlawumbe before umeka sigxosha endlini yakhe sivale fethu just i-legacy ye-football e-KZN nase-South Africa. We're going to the World Cup, amantombazane enza kahle akwi-AFCON nayo futhi alungiselela i-World Cup. Isiphi isifiso osifisayo kulele simo soyitholile kule journey yakhe football ongafisa ukuthi uyibone ishintsha kwi-leadership yebhola lase-South Africa?
We need to be more honest. From Pezul, the heads of football in the country and at clubs need to be honest with themselves in terms of are we doing enough for football in this country?
Yeah.
Are we doing enough for our own people in this country when it comes to football? Not just the players, the coaches as well.
Yeah.
Can't tell me Coach Beats usahlele ekhaya namanje.
Great.
So much expertise, you know. You can't tell me that we can't support our own. No, Roland Baslahlekela, they're outside the country.
Hey.
You know, we have so much in terms of corporate, because if you look at most of the clubs now in the PSL, they're owned by business people. Invest in school football, you know. Invest in SAFA.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think if the owners of Oma Club in South African football were to request a meeting with the hierarchy at SAFA to discuss football, that would be an issue. We need to get to a point where in football in South Africa, we can sit around the table and have robust conversations on the state of our football. You know, not just for us, but also for the generations that are going to come. You know, because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. You know, so my bit in the portfolio that I sit on is to provide as many opportunities as possible, based on merit, not based on your affiliation with certain agents and people and so on and so forth. It has to be based on talents, because if I take Nkululeko and he goes international and he cracks it there, it opens up a door for other people he does not know, you know. So that's my primary job. And me nang bribe Buffett. So we're here for football and the right reasons, and that's it. If you're coming within the party, then we work and we collaborate. I'm very open-minded, and I challenge all the teams, Buffett, who are watching the podcast as well. Come to Hilton. The facilities there, they'll blow your mind. State-of-the-art gym, state-of-the-art fields, you know. Let's collaborate more, you know. Bring as many people to come and let's build our football in the country. Not for Hilton, not for me, but for the country. Because if our systems are working, then you'll see Bafana getting close to winning a World Cup. You'll see Banyana getting close to winning a World Cup, you know. But looking at the different codes, it does not start at under 17, 18. And these guys start from primary school.
That's it.
They track players, you know, nutritional programs. Springboks have an alignment camp. Have you heard of an alignment camp in football? Does not happen. So it's not wrong to learn from other coaches and take those bits and pieces. And these guys are all coaching. Snabo Rasis, Snabo Shukri in cricket. Sit together around the table. You're representing South Africa. Exchange ideas. Bring all the youth coaches in those systems. Sit together with our youth coaches. Sit together with the strategists in terms of systems. How do you scout Umfana Wase Eastern Cape? How did they find you, Siakolis? Have those same systems in place, you know. All these other coaches have super sports schools playing, trekking and all those things. Have the same for football, even in Malukshin. Shouldn't just be for different classes in terms of life. It has to be a broad approach across every walk of life. Then we'll close the gap.
You know, the last thing is that, you know, that we are having this conversation now. And we are hoping that, you know, this will land in the ears of the people that are able to make those kind of decisions, you know. Because, like you said, all they have to do is to play copycats of it.
That's it.
Copy a formula that is working.
You know.
Rugby is working, cricket is working. We just have to implement the same thing for football, and we'll have
bring those
a
people.
beautiful football structure for South Africa.
Just with departing points. At Hilton, our sports director works in the junior setup with the Springboks, than the 16 age group. He's a rugby guy, but the amount of conversations we have to try and emulate what they do there for football. You know, I had Dale Beckenstein at Hilton, coached the process at the World Cup as a batting coach. Comes back from there, we sit, we collaborate. Our rugby coach coached the Sharks first team. I sit with those guys, you know. From the different codes, how do you build a proper culture in your sporting code? You know, how do you get those things right? You know, how do you get boys to buy into this thing genuinely? You know, it's those conversations. But if we don't collaborate, we'll be sitting here again in 10 years.
But before we let you go, in closing, I mean, this is the legacy experience, and what do you want to be remembered as? You know, your legacy that you want to leave behind, and the work that you put in. You know, for a young boy out there, young girl out there who hears about Mbanjwa, what do you want the story to be about you?
As when you first asked that question, Pep Guardiola, don't remember me. Don't remember me. For me, as a genuine football-loving person who provided opportunities genuinely without wanting to benefit anything financially out of it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because Nkulunkulu supposed to put us in these positions. And I never had to pay anyone to get to where I got to, to get to where I'm still going to go. So why am I And it's a preach I always have to people and the staff I work with to say, you helping someone else is blessings on your life and your kids' lives in future.
Yeah.
But you messing up with someone else's opportunity will also catch up with you and your kids in future. So for me, in fact, to help as many people along the way,
That's it.
this pie is big enough for all of
Big
us.
enough for all of us.
So lift as we rise.
Sure.
Lift as we rise.
Aye, lift as you rise. Kabate ngiyabonga mfowethu.
Sawubona bhuti.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Mbali ngiyabonga
Mfowethu,
mfowethu.
bonga mina mfowethu.
My brother, how can they find you on social?
Qhatha nabantu. Just celo kuhle _M
Okay.
on all my social media platforms. Instagram, Twitter, X manje.
Yeah.
Facebook celo kuhle manje. And all my accounts are verified. I need blue sticker.
Yeah.
So ngingalalela ama scam because maningi ama scam aphuma la ngaphandle.
Hayi bafasho ukuthi famous mfowethu.
Hayi mfethu sothi siyazama nami ngizosebesha. But yeah, all my accounts are verified.
Yeah.
So if people want to reach out, get information, let's work, let's collaborate. If it's
No, that's beautiful.
all
my brother.
verified, celo kuhle mbanjwa.
Wonderful. All right, Bafetu, that was the Legacy Experience. Remember, please subscribe, like, share, and we'll catch you on the next episode. From myself, Magdalene Kabatele, and Umfwetu. We'll see you until next time. Sharp, sharp.